Ayano Koji, Light Yagami, Lelouch, what do they all have in common? Yes, is that they all are smart or have a very high IQ. But today, we are not here to talk about that. We are here to look at quite the opposite, the low IQ ones, who are really dumb but they are still our favorites because of their dumbness, and it is quite funny to see how they act. There's a lot of anime nowadays where the main characters are quite smart and they know how to strategize and defeat their enemies by using their plan or just by not making any enemies in the first place. But you know what? I'm done with that shit. I want my character to be dumb as fuck and still get the job done. So in the name of Yoshiko Hanakabe, let's not waste any time and look at the list of the dumbest anime characters I could think of from the animes that I have watched. For starters, we have the goddess of water, Aqua. One of the only person who can potentially drown Aquaman, make an unlimited source of drinking water. She could have been overpowered as fuck, but guess what happened? She got kidnapped by a horny 17-year-old who died because of... No, you know what? I'm not even gonna spoil how he died. If you guys have not watched Konosuba, I highly recommend to watch it because how Kazuma dies is something that you can never predict. But that's not important. We are here to discuss about the brainless goddess of water who became the goddess of party tricks after getting isekai'd. And just to prove how dumb Aqua is, I'm going to tell you guys a minor spoiler from the first episode. I'm not going in too much detail, but just imagine that due to some reason the main character and Aqua are in a place where they need to measure their stats, right? So Aqua goes up to the machine thingy, puts her hand on the machine, and this is what the device says. Now, genuine question. As a god, what should be your reaction to that information? Option A, get angry. Option B, deny the facts. Option C, just accept that you're dumb. And option D, yeah, I guess that proves my point. Sometimes we can never tell whether if someone's actually smart or dumb. Like for example, we all had that one classmate in our class who always got the best scores but sucked at common things in life. The next character on our list is just like that classmate. She gets great scores on all her tests but is dumb on normal things like dressing up for a lunch, throwing her shoe far away, and vice versa. And if I'm including Hanako, how can I forget Oliva? Oliva is like the translucent image of Hanako. She is dumb at pretty much everything. And if you have watched Asobi Asabase, you might be wondering, Samuzo, what about the third girl? Isn't she dumb too? Well, no, not really. In my opinion, I think she's quite smart. Just look at all the complex calculations she does just for playing tennis.
見える弾の軌道が水平方向への加速度と効力これらが影響しここだこのジョルノ・ジョバーナには言う
No matter how many years go by, there's always one thing in an anime fan can never avoid, is that everything in this world, or should I say, is a JoJo reference. While we are at the topic of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and the brainless idiots, how can I forget to include Mr. I Ain't So Smart, Okuyasu Nijimura. Now, many tend to forget the idiotic things that Okuyasu has done because he as a character is just so funny that we forget what kind of dumb shit he does. There are many characters in different animes where the character is dumb in general but their battle IQ is very high. For example, let's say Natsu. In most of the cases, he's pretty dumb and can't put 2 and 2 together. But when it comes to fighting, suddenly he becomes a fucking genius. The way he utilizes his magic is just so unique and smart at the same time. But Okuyasu is not like that. Look, I'm not saying that he does not have battle IQ. He has his own feats, but it's just that he is not smart as the others at utilizing his powers because his stand abilities are cracked. So he can pretty much erase anything. And when I say anything, I mean even space. If he was smart, he could have defeated even Josuke. And if you think I'm overestimating Okuyasu, then this is what the author had to say about Okuyasu's power. If Okuyasu was smart, he would be unstoppable, but because he can't really utilize his abilities. I mean, he can teleport by erasing the space in front of him, but he could have done so much more with his powers. But still, my man got nerfed by the author because he would have been too busted if he was smart. But hey, we still love him. You can't just look at someone and say they are dumb, because you never know, they might turn out to be smart, and as they say, never judge a book by its cover, you know.
ってるのあの人。
見ちゃダメだ。
I don't think I need to explain much on how Inosuke can't do 2 plus 2, but you can't blame him. He was not raised by anyone. That bro raised himself. So what if he's a little dumb on every side except fighting? So what if he can't remember names? Many people struggle with names. Take me and my gym friend for example. We have known each other for almost 3 months and I'm pretty sure he doesn't know my name yet. So Inosuke saying is absolutely fine. But you know what's not fine? Naming your firstborn cooked rice. Yeah, so a correction from my part because I didn't realize that Goku's grandfather name was actually Gohan. So yeah, sorry, it's a fault from my part. Now it does make sense why would he name his son cooked rice. Goku is one dumbass father when it comes to taking care of kids. But hey, I can't even blame Goku because the only father or father figure he had died, so he was living by himself. Poor guy, the only thing he knew was to identify the gender of the person by doing this.
So you're a girl, aren't you?
Huh? What a randy boy.
Whereas Vegeta was the prince and had a father, which I really don't know if he was a good father, but hey, at least he was there. Speaking of having a father but him not being there, my boy Luffy didn't even know he had a dad. When he learnt about his dad, he was like, oh, for real? We all know Luffy is a dumb guy, but he gets the work done somehow. Let's take this for reference. To show how Luffy's brain works, I can't really show the clips because of copyright, so we gotta work with this for now. Now just imagine that you're on the first journey to the Grand Line and you come across this giant fucking whale who is 10 times the size of your ship. What do? You try to sneak past the giant fucking whale because of course you don't want to fucking die. And as you're this close to getting away, Luffy does this. See what I mean? You never know what Luffy might be thinking, so it's better to trust him and you'll probably survive, I think. This video took a long time to make, and while making this video, I realized many things like these characters are just like me for real, and I'm not a very smart person. But hey, this video was not about me. It was about the characters who are dumb as fuck, but you guys still love them. People love different type of things and you guys just don't like the age of consent. But hey, anyways, who am I to say? You do you. Jokes aside, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and smack the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Me too, brother. Me too.